Now, maybe you can see where I'm going with this, right? Not to waste my experience with thyroid cancer and not get an analogy out of it, right? Might as well get an illustration. Sometimes our spiritual heart gets out of rhythm. Right? Our physical heart, when it's out of rhythm, it affects our entire lives because life flows from the heart. Right? When spiritually we're out of rhythm, it affects all of life. And we get out of rhythm spiritually when something other than our love for and worship of Jesus takes center place in our lives. Right? When something crowds out our affection for the Lord and takes priority over that affection, then we are in spiritual arrhythmia. We're out of rhythm. Now, maybe you've noticed as Blake's been taking you through the series on the Pentateuch, talking a lot about the Jews, that there really was nothing very special about them in and of themselves. Right? They're described as a stubborn people, literally in Hebrew, stiff-necked. I mean, they're a tough group to lead. They're not a large population. They're not a powerful population. They don't have a great army. They're not wealthy. They don't even have land at the point that the Pentateuch is written, and the land they're about to receive only grows rocks. I mean, there's really nothing that special about them other than the presence of the Lord. God has said to his people, this is how I choose to have you express your love to me. Religion is us telling God, this is how we want to worship you. That's the golden calf. Genuine worship is giving to God what he has asked for and what he expects and what he's worthy of. So what God did for Israel is he gave them this rhythm of worship that would keep love for him at the very center of their lives. So is there relevance to us? The answer is absolutely yes. Because Leviticus reminds us that life is about worship, right? All of life is about worship. But when we hear the word worship, we think 25 minutes of Trey and Whitney leading us in worship. Or maybe we turn on Spotify as we're driving and we listen to a few worship songs. We think that's worship, right? We compartmentalize it. It's a very small portion of our lives. Maybe you guys include, well, Blake's sermons are really worshipful, so I got an hour of worship a week. But all of life is intended by God to be worship. Certainly, right, the fruit of your lips. It's an offering to the Lord. But Paul also says, my work of evangelism and discipleship among the Gentiles, that's an offering to the Lord, right? When I share the gospel, when I build up believers in their faith, when I help churches get established, Paul says, that's like a fragrant aroma going up before the Lord. That's an offering. When we give of our wealth, when we give sacrificially, generously, when we give, as Paul says, hilariously, joyfully, that's like an offering going up before the Lord. Your work is an offering for the Lord. Whatever your hand finds to do it all, right? For the Lord. For his honor, for his glory. Let it be an offering. So whether you're working or playing or whatever you're doing, it's all, in fact, an offering of worship to the Lord. So I want to maybe give us an alternative definition of worship, something like this. Worship is anything and everything we do, think, say, or feel with the goal of honoring the Lord. When we are consciously aware that God is the very center of our lives.